Good afternoon and welcome to my year-end wrap of the real estate market in Canton Township for 2025. Let me introduce myself. I'm Bart Patterson and I have over 30 years experience and over 25 advanced designations. My expertise is the understanding of today's intricate market and the future economy and working with you to develop a strategy whether you're buying or selling in today's market. Let me put my professional housing degree to work for you in 2026. Let's take a quick look at 2025 and see what we can garner from the data. Here's what happened in 2025 for all of the closed residential sales during the year 2025. A total of 682 closed sales during the calendar year, an average sale price of over $485,000 per home, with a median sales price of about $447,000. The average days on market was 20.7, while the median days was 9. The average sale price, about 100.12% of original list price, while the median fell right at that 100%. Typically, this means that everything sold right at the original sales price. There was a little bit of a nudge slightly above that during some of the hotter times of the period, spread out over that 12-month period. The strongest in numbers by actual closings and market activity showed July coming in strong with 90 closings, August at 75, and October at 71. The volume and the pending price, or the sales price, is extremely important that we look at. Volume is important. This is a reflection of the supply and demand as well as the price. And this is something that every agent should look at when they're putting together that marketing strategy. Again, strongest by total volume, July leading at 45 million, August at 39 million, and June at 35. The strongest for sellers, sale price to list price ratios, again, falling June, May, and July respectively, all at 100 point or higher percentage sale price to original list price. Let's take a look at the 682 sales broken down by month. This gives us a little clearer understanding. Again, a little bit of a reality check about that 100%. There was a small tolerance, which I mentioned before, 0.25%. And it's so tiny, but we don't want it to go overlooked. Again, at 44.9% sold above the original list price, 15.5% sold at the original price, and 39.6% sold below the original price. So, in fact, yes, buyers, you do have some leverage in plenty of cases out there, but almost half of the market still went for over or at original price. The strongest, of course, in activities, which I've mentioned already, July, August, and October, and the strongest by money, July, August, and June, a slight difference there. Again, stating that June, May, and July all at 101 or higher percentage point, okay? Notice, though, that October jumped down to 98.9%. Again, start of the holiday season, and that's a big hit there, and probably one of the slowest months out there overall, all right? So what does it look like for 2026 with a broad prospect? Well, first, let's talk a little bit about the fixed mortgages. Everything right now still in the low range of 6%, 6.3. Again, there's been some indications that we might see a little bit lower, sub 6% by the year end. I wouldn't bet my hat on it yet, but we're going to see how the economy goes. Again, unemployment and trying to ease inflation and all those things, if they can keep that at a minus, down about 4 or 5%, that would be pretty good. The housing forecast, though, does expect that there will be more inventory in 2026. That's also going to mean that's going to be a softening of some of the price points. While the prices themselves will go up as generally thought, about 2 to 3%, we're probably not going to see the competitive seller's market that we once had. So that's going to be pretty important. There's going to be no rocket ships or 12 to 15% in growth per year. The days on market will probably linger. While we saw some really, sub 9 days and so forth, we're already seeing that those are extending somewhere in the 40 to 50s. And based on the price point of the houses and the average price points here in the Canton marketplace, I expect those to be somewhere in the 30-day market range. If we see some increase or decrease in the actual rates, and we get that 5.9 or below, that's going to help confidence, and that's going to definitely bring more buyers to the table, and that should probably see a stronger season for us in that process. Sales will still happen, but negotiations will get much more difficult and much wider. And there'll be negotiations on both sides. Okay. So there'll be some price reductions, which we're already seeing in the market, and a lower share of them selling above the original price, which we saw everything almost last year. Over 50% of it was there. So we're going to see a lowering of share of the selling above the list price, and then the days on market rising as well, especially in those higher price ranges. The market will keep rewarding the prepared in that process. So again, if you've got your home correctly set up and you've got it priced properly without trying to break the bank on it, 2026 should be a good market for you and an opportunity to, again, still capitalize on and get the biggest return on your investment. Overpricing it still creates those long days on market, and that condition as well as presentation and correct price equal the speed of which we all sell at. The best action, obviously, during the late spring, early summer months, that was what we experienced last year. Probably a fairly decent trend that we will see again this year. I do appreciate you listening to the analysis for the 2025 market in Canton Township. If you'd like to hear more, I understand, and it would be important for you to reach out so that we can get together and talk about a strategy if you see a move in your 2026. My number's on the screen. Thanks so much.